off with a bang. There we go. Okay, I just saw that play back where I did the raz and the bang, and it's all good. We've got no piss. I had to pay bills, so I don't think Nightcamp gonna work. Um, Folks just aren't simply whatever we're offering just really isn't very attractive. So, trying again today. Um, I don't know who that person is. Guess I gotta tell everybody it's all going. It's going good. Okay. Shit's just pretty dead. Yo, Huber, what's going on, man? Be more than happy to show you what's been going on. That's fine. That's fine. I don't expect, you know, everybody to be on the edge of their seats. Like, it's not this kind of thing. I do work and I try to answer questions if you got them, and if not, we're just showing shit off. So, if you recall, Onithulhu was first this, and then we made an iterative addition. Now the teeth snapped off as soon as I made the mold because it's like a really brittle wax. That's fine, because the mold was taken and that created this, and so we're going to be iterating on top of this guy, and this is the final layer. And we also have molds made for folks with their masters, and these are the masters that are going out to people so that they can make their own versions. So these guys are all good, and this all works, and it's fantastic, and you know, everything's going really well, except participation. we got some people interested. This is a lot smaller than I ever thought it would be, but that's okay. Gotta start somewhere. This is looking pretty good, and I am considering using a more malleable, like fleshy kind of wax. Simply because it would give contrast, and I'm doing tentacles, so we kind of want that. I might have to find some, but that's okay too. Punch my camera. Yeah, we were supposed to do a lot last night. That just didn't happen. So I will apologize to people as soon as they become available. You know what? We don't really have the soft brown waxy type of wax. So we're going to be working with the soft gray variety. There's pretty good contrast here. All right, and what I have to do is locate these melty waxer guys. Okay, so they're good. And we're not listening to any music because AI keep demonetizing my videos, which doesn't matter. Like they only get like 5 views or so. You know, we're killing it. You know, aside from the people watching the stream, not many people are looking at the VODs, and that's fine. Everything's fine. But AI keep like being like, no, that has some copywritten material in it. We don't own that copyright, but we're gonna we're gonna make your life hell. So no music. No music. Maybe I can find some royalty-free stuff that I enjoy, but I don't really have time for that today. It's fine. Everything's fine. So I think I'm going to start with the lower jaw here, like what would be the Oni lips. Chorus? Chorus. I'll just pretend you're singing. Oh, yeah, yeah. Okay, I'd missed that last part about the pretend. The playing of pretend. I missed it entirely. I'm sorry. I'm bad at this imagination thing. Pretty terrible. So I'm just gonna work this wax into place. Where's my little picture? There's my little picture. I do want to have some frame of reference. Oh, yeah, that's right. Oh, no. This stuff isn't sticking very well. Maybe this isn't the wax to use. Let's use the sticky wax. Is this the sticky wax? No. So I'm going to work on creating this lip structure. If anything will adhere to the underlying sculpture. Generally this takes like a little bit of time before the wax, like a little bit of time and playing before the wax just sticks properly to stuff. So we're gonna work this in here mightily. It was really stupid. Even the video where I hooked those electrodes up to myself and I was like making my own music, that got hit with a copyright thing. I hate the internet. I'm just a big old box of upset. It really did ruin my day, though. So it's sticking, so that's good. We've got adhesion. We just need to do some shaping and filling. So the thing is, the AI music police generally want to, they generate an AI song and it's got like a rhythm to it or something, and then they claim, prior art on people's videos. And then people lose their Google Bucks. But it just says like copyright, 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 beside like most all my videos. And the last thing that I want to have happen is like I start to get strikes over that stuff and then get the channel taken down. That would really suck. Let me take a look at this. This lip. It's not great right now. This shape. But we will work on it. We will work on it. You know what? I'm taking off all this sticky wax. It's too soft. It's a beautiful wax. I love it. It's too soft for what I want to be doing. Gotta get harder. I'm gonna use the hardest. Yes. Yeah. No, I'm not doing great. I've been feeling pretty under the weather recently. Um, I do take photos when we go out, but I'm really tired, and not much of what we're doing is succeeding. I'm kind of like um, losing hope. If that's, I hope it's okay to be like open and honest about stuff. Like it's just the truth. Like, current events have been really insane, and I'd like to say that that's like my only concern, but that's what I think the root of the problem is for like regular people is things happening with this administration and um, sweeping laws and changes that have come into effect, and the affordability crisis that we're seeing hit the states. And like I've got friends in foreign places, and you know either I'm a shittier person, or they just don't want to be concerning themselves with Americans. It's like it's really hard. um Feels isolated. I really like it when we have a couple people pop in who aren't from around these parts, and they hop in on the stream, and that kind of reminds me of how things had been, open and connected with people all over the world. And like we've got the internet, and I could just go and talk to other people. But attracting other people to be interested in what I'm doing, it just seems like a daunting task. Very, very daunting. Yeah, I wanted a soft, fleshy wax because I wanted to do some soft and fleshy things. But man, I'm just not feeling it. I want absolute control and certainty over the angles and shapes here, and we're gonna get that. Yeah, I have had similar issues. I mean, I've had people openly express that they will not be buying anything else from me simply because of what they believe our country, and therefore our people, think of them. They just feel massively disrespected. And I don't blame them. I'm just like, my, like, it's kind of weird because my artwork is um, popular enough here in the United States, but like it never made sense based off of my US customers alone. Like this work doesn't make sense unless I'm able to attract a global audience and try to appeal to people of different cultures and um, the United States is a big place. It's an easy place to get lost in, especially if you're doing like a niche thing. As much as we extol the virtues of freedom, there is a massive um, like there's a lot of benefit to fitting in. So it's not exactly like we're free to be whoever we want to be, and like that's really cool if you're financially secure or whatnot. Like if you've got the capital to back up that individuality, that's awesome. Otherwise, like just fall in line. Some people break out of that. Like they do their own thing and make it regardless. And how do they make it? They make it financially. That is like the metric that shows that somebody succeeded. Dead artists get a completely different kind of POV. Thank you, hon. Give me a second. I just need to put this hot thing down. Muchas gracias. Chicken apple sausage. But yeah, we mm, food is so good. I get asked a lot of hard questions because I'm steering this ship. Um, they don't get any easier as things become more uncertain. There was no question. I'm just rambling about. I said I was. It's a chicken apple sausage. Yeah, slamming down some dogs. Um, I'm trying to say like I've got a lot of responsibility in steering this whole thing, and so I get asked a lot of questions, and they're really hard questions to answer right now because like I don't really know what even tomorrow is gonna bring. I just don't know. Well, moving together with people sounds awesome, but that also makes things incredibly complicated. Changing anything costs like more money than I can fathom. Doesn't he already sell his body for income? Man's out there modeling his merch for Thoctober. His Thoctober OnlyFans is like real hot. All right, back to pushing out this lovely turd. I'm starting to see it, which is good. By see it, I mean like what? Observe the change that I want to see in this sculpt. All right. Got a bunch of material there. Like I knew as soon as this project was getting started that it was going to be a banger. Like a really fun piece, and there'd just be really great energy behind it. So like I've got a lot to be thankful for here. Yeah, yeah. I hear that happening to a lot of good folks these days. I've got the Wii store music stuck in my head. No, just one. I had lunch for $5, and back then that was still pretty expensive for a lunch. I am not a very big fan of eating my fill. Um, there's enough science, and I've felt it to where generally you don't feel hungry until 20 minutes after you consume something, or you don't feel full until 20 minutes after you consume something. So like feeling less full can be like sort of like a hallucination. um, I don't know. I found that to be pretty accurate though. Like I wait 20 minutes and I'm like, how am I feeling? And I'm like, oh, I'm not hungry anymore. Easy peasy. Um, Man, I can't imagine having Subway for dinner though. Like their rolls were so bad. Like their bread was terrible, and it only got worse. That was like such a weird thing for Subway to actually get like worse. And the bread was like a foam. I'm pretty sure at some point they got sued because they were like, our bread has this chemical in it, and it's like a foam. It's a foaming agent, like used in plastics manufacturing. Subway tried everything to get their bread to rise faster and be cheaper than any of their competition so that they could make more per sandwich. And it just led to some really disgusting practices. And then Jared. Jared's probably on the Epstein list. Without a doubt, right? Crazy. Crazy. What weird universe did we pop out of, man? I feel like everything was pretty rad. And then they were like, well, the demo's over, guys. Time for your paid version. You're like, paid? Paid? What do we pay with? With your blood, soul, and dignity. Oh, fuck.
That was such a big piece of wax. Where did it go? Like, I felt it hit my foot. Oh. The whole bit of wax fell off of the sculpt. I shouldn't show myself just bungling like this, but I got nothing else other than to get this sculpt done. And why not share all of the problems I run into? That's not good. That was a lot of wax. I don't know where it keeps going. Like, it should just fall straight down. Is it in my crotch? No. This is ridiculous.
I don't know, man. Okay, starting over. Starting over. Let's see. God. All right. Got my flashlight on. Phone flashlight. Oh, I'm gonna stand up real quick. Nope. 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 It's lost and gone forever. I'm just a. Wait, what the hell? That was like over here. Man, it is a rough Wednesday. Wednesday the 1st. Nightcamp is officially tomorrow. And so I don't think the fundraising is gonna work. But we'll see. Maybe there's some kind billionaire out there that's gonna be like, hey man, go follow your dreams. Starting to get over again from like little bits of wax. I'm just trying to get enough material on my thumb here so that we can get going again. I should get one of those like metal rings and like melt a bunch of wax in there. So it's in the ring and I don't have to try and melt it on the tip of my thumb. You know what? I'm in such a funk. I'm in such a funk because I just did all that work on that lower lip thing and I was talking and whatnot. I didn't realize I was doing that on the old sculpt. Like, this is not the sculpt. We're past this point. We finished this. This is not it. It's this. We're working on this. Holy heck. Yeah, no. I'm in a terrible funk. All right, but I mean, I've still got enough material to keep going. There we go. Okay, I'm sorry about the camera. I apologize for that, but we will push and push and push and push through. And Hubert, if you're there, I do really appreciate being able to have that good keyboards friend thing. It's a shame that um, Simon and friend couldn't be there. That feels like time number 2. He was like, nah, no artisans, thanks. Okay. I know that's probably not the reason. Everybody's busy, but I mean, what I'm trying to say is like I really appreciate you for like putting your best foot forward and bringing everybody together and just staying on top of all of it, because it could have easily like lost momentum in the sauce of all this. Yay. It is tea and or coffee time. I got it. You got it. What do we have here? Maybe tea or coffee will lift the spirits. Okay, that is a turmeric tea. Good stuff. All right. I'm back to it. All right. Okay. For anyone who has just joined us, working on this collaborative sculpt, we just got another iteration of it done, closer to what we want the final piece to look like. At least what I want my version of the final piece to look like. The underlying masters came out looking really well, looking good. And these are going to go to our supporters. I'm going to get some shipping labels printed out this evening and go to town. Okay. Get this all slopped on here. I'm going to go a little more like scorched earth on this because I know that I can reshape this a little later. I'm just going to try and get as much material on as I possibly can so that it doesn't pop off the front like it did before. This is a hard wax and I'm using a hot tool to get it hot enough so it flows and melts onto the sculpture. Sorry, I'm just spreading material like this so that I have access to it while I'm working using this hot tool. To again melt the wax so it stays here and I've got like really quick access to it while I work. If anybody watching is interested in supporting our endeavors, we have a Ko-Fi. That link will pop up periodically during the stream, and it really is the best way to support us directly, other than buying our stuff that we make. So if the artwork is maybe a little too steep, but you like what you see and you'd like us to keep improving things, yeah, check that out. Do what you can. And even if you don't feel like doing anything for it, there is some free content there, which I'd like anybody to enjoy, even if they don't, support everything. That is perfectly all right, because we couldn't improve on this if we didn't have any, viewership and support. We're really doing everything that we can to cultivate that. All right, sloughing off material. Okay. Like, ooh, lost a viewer there. Nice. That's a-okay. Everything is fine. I sound absolutely batshit, even to myself. It's just been one of those days, weeks. It's been one of those 2025s. Like, if I had, because I still have a guitar, but if I had an amplifier, I would plug in and just start playing for a couple hours, clear my head. A doctor, over a decade ago, told me not to play guitar anymore, but I'm like kind of jonesing for an outlet that I can say something audibly, but not actually like have to say anything. But what I can do for everyone's sake who's watching is just focus on the sculpture. To catch y'all up, I'm trying to make the lower lip of this, and we just started. After I made some mistakes and whatnot, we're just really scratching the surface here of what we can do. But we just began, and this lower lip is really important to me because it's another underlying structure that's going to inform things that occur over top of it. It's going to be stuff that end up resting on this lower lip is really what I'm getting at. So I'm frantically trying to catch up to where I was before I popped it off the sculpture. Well, it wasn't even the right sculpture. That was the worst part. Like, I was working on the wrong piece. I put too much force on something, like in a way I should have known. And then, yeah, my wax went somewhere, and it's likely being ground into the rug. I'm trying to catch up with the progress that I had made on the wrong sculpture. So yeah, let's get quick and kind of dirty with this. To do that, I'm gonna be focused on really basic shapes and working the wax into places. So it might look a little fuzzy or hairy. Um, Things might not be extremely smooth. But that's because I'm trying to move really faster than I normally would. And with that comes a smidge of inaccuracy. Just a smidgen. All right, so I ran out of wax on my thumb. Time to cut some more off. This stuff is hard. I appreciate it though. There we go. This is probably enough. All right. So the reason why I'm like heating this against my thumbnail is like it's super brittle stuff. If I don't do this and I move my thumb around, it's gonna crack and break. When it's smooth on my thumb, like when it's smoothed over my thumb, it's much less likely to do that. Okay. I kind of like the lines that are popping up right now. Man, not all sculpting is done equally, that's for sure. So like the quick and dirty of one side looks way better than the other, in my opinion. So I'm not going to try and fix that, but we're going to try to adapt with it. I'm going to be thinking about identifying shapes that are working. And whenever I can build something, I'm going to build it with a supporting stroke. Like what I'm doing right here, where I'm pushing kind of up and under this line of the lip. That stroke is supporting the shape of this part. And we're gonna get that to go all the way across, so we have like this lip line forming. That marks the first hour of streaming with that Ko-Fi link. thank you all for bearing with it. Hope you are staying well fed and hydrated. That you got something happy going on with your day. All right. First thing to remember when streaming, don't whistle. It's probably annoying. Oh, shoot. Okay, so remember, supporting strokes. Let's go. Support these lines. Let's go. All right, more material. Let's go. Let's do this. Tools, where are you at? That's good tea. Okay, we've got our wax loaded back up, and I'm developing this lower lip still. It's working. We've got pretty clear definition here on the left side. As to the lip's general anatomy and shape. I guess I need to make a decision about what shape I prefer. And I think I got it. Yeah, this makes sense. So I'm gonna take the arch of the lip and work it down towards this sprue. And I think that's a really good idea, because if that's going to be a kind of protruding detail, to have it, you know, work alongside what is effectively the outlet, to have it be alongside the outlet means that resin will more easily escape the mold, and we want that. I actually really like this shape. So, you know what? It took a little bit, but we got there. I feel like that's the motto of sculpting. It took a bit, but we got there. Could that be my motto too? I gotta ask Widgie again what our motto is, because we made up a motto on one of the streams, and I forget. I've been so busy. I've been so busy. I'm losing my mind. push. All right. Yes. Yeah, perfect. Ooh, okay. I actually did a really good job of making this symmetrical. The molds look absolutely gorgeous. I apologize for abandoning you, but I'm gonna go get a mold because I think that would be a good thing. That would be a good. I'm just gonna do the BRB time. Da, da, da. We gotta put this on top of everything. There we are. Yeah, that's a whole. We also need to make this select color. No, that's not the right color. That's no. I'm gonna go with that. All right. Whew. Okay, we're back. All right, and let's make this. If not talking, concentrating. Whoop. You know what? I kind of want to outline this. Is there an outline? Transform. No. Text transform color opacity gradient. Background opacity. outline. And the outline size will be what? I'll make this outline color black. Okay. No, Streamboo, grueling thicket. Why'd you have to do this? Oh man. Ban. Report. Streamboo bot. Block the user. Close. They're banned. Those bots are in it. Let's see if they were my other viewer. Luckily not. Luckily not. All right. Oh. I saved it. I saved the wax. I was about to throw wax again. All right. Okay, let's regroup. Okay, I know what I'm doing. I'm trying to fill in this area. Do, 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 do. Do, 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 do. Okay, let me just take a look here. It's pretty good. So this goes to, and we want the bottom. Slip. Man, I put these molds that I went and got on top of my reference art. I am the best doer and planner and maker ever. Putting more material up in here. All right, so I was talking about how like happy I am with the symmetry of this. Just want to show, I hope it comes up well on camera, like just how symmetrical those insides are. This does not look, well, I mean it does look hand done, like a handmade sculpture, but like that's all really good spacing and I'm happy with that. It's probably the best I've ever done, if I'm being honest. Yo, Cash, what's good, man? You been lurking for a little bit? Have you just showed up? Yeah, yeah. You got to see how the last sculpt went, and we iterated. It all worked. So we're working on the final layer. We are here in the promised land. This is the last hurrah, as it were. I'm glad to have you. Oh, so we got this came out with its eyes and its teeth and everything. We're working on getting the next layer going. I brought up these are the masters that people are going to be getting to work on their own pieces with. You know, fully functional keys, really well centered. Okay, I'm just dropping things. And you can see here, this was the mold of the last iteration. I was commenting earlier about how symmetrical this ended up being, like how very, very symmetrical it ended up being. So I'm pretty ecstatic about the results that we've achieved, and I'm excited for all these next steps. Like, I'm very excited for all these next steps. Okay. I'm glad you can still see the bulbousness and enjoy it, as all bulbousness must be properly enjoyed. I'm somewhat of a bulbous enjoyer myself. So I mean, you missed my big bitch session earlier, where I was talking about all the ways that I'm like kind of struggling today, and then I sculpted on the wrong thing, like I picked one of the I picked the last iteration. I started sculpting on it, and then I broke what I was sculpting, and I was like really sad. And then I realized I was sculpting on the wrong thing entirely. Um, and this was all while I was talking about just how out of sorts I feel. Um, so I am having a little bit of a day. Just a little bit. I'm noticing that this is also just a really nice skeleton to work on. I'm not like trying to pat myself on the back. That's really not what's going on. Um, but like all of the small places where I was like, okay, this is going to be a really important detail to to build in on this skeleton. It's all working out as intended, which is insane to me. Okay. Good stuff. Good stuff. So in case anybody watching has questions about the process, the piece, just holler it out. I don't know who's been keeping up with things. And, you know, who's new or whatnot. Okay, so this tool isn't hot enough to lay down material. I've got to use this guy. There we are. I really like how this is kind of grinning at me. Yeah. I love this smile. It's totally Oni. I really like the features that are all working right now. It very much reminds me of the artwork that was made for this. And that's a good sign, I think. Oh. material. I was very lucky. I caught the piece of wax on the end of my finger before it dropped on the floor. Hey, escape from work for a little bit. Chikome, I wish I were better. I wish I were better. I am in a funk today. I'm in a very mean funk today. I made a lot of mistakes when the stream started. Um, I don't feel bad about making the mistakes. I just feel like they could have been avoided. And that all the mistakes that I've made are just like pretty obvious. Like I'm not in the right headspace for any of this. It doesn't make working all that easy. Hey, honey.
Give me some cups if you're done with them.
Just did this. Thank you.
Got it?
I got it. Yep. So I'm like really trying to push through this because I've got goals and I've got plans. It's so great to see all these familiar faces. Hubert, Keshley, like absolute goats coming by, poking your head in, making sure I'm doing all right. not for you guys, I would be just kind of like shouting at the void about I keep making mistakes. Why do I keep screwing this up? And so that's a really feel good thing, and I appreciate that. I am come on, cheer up. Yeah. I don't it doesn't feel like a very like a cheer thing. It's just like the energy is super low. Maybe like something I'm feeling is catching up with me, or maybe I was saying I felt kind of under the weather, so I could be like getting sick, and I hope not. But yeah, we like. I hope this looks familiar, man, because this just came out of the mold. Um, yeah, I really hope it isn't COVID. The last time I had COVID, I almost died. So I had been getting vaccinated regularly, and then they made the vaccine um, not available for people unless they're elderly. So I haven't gotten my boost, and I really hope it's not COVID. I don't want to get hospitalized. I can't afford that. Let's see. So did you see the watch keycap? Yep. I saw the watch keycap at KeyCon earlier this year in Utah. And then I saw it again in Chicago. That is a very neat thing. It's a very cool thing. That's so awesome. I hope everybody who wants to get one can get one. That's just such a cool thing. And honestly, it could be like a little piece of history for this ridiculous community. I just like it. It's such a neat idea. Trying to be like really careful. I'm touching the eyeballs. I touched my eyeball yesterday a bunch of times on stream. Can't say it's like a bad feeling. But then again, I've got really nice hands. Go around here building the skin on this thing. I think it's going all right. Why would you use a fork? I'm awake. I'm awake. Ugh. I'm still gonna touch his eye because I gotta. Oh God. All right. I feel really sick. I'm gonna go. I apologize, everybody. I'll catch you all later. Bye.